Apathy. I'm one of the language arts teachers here at Southview, and coming up the aisle is Mr. Michelson. He's the other language arts teacher. We are so proud of the work that these students have been doing over the past month, studying the problem of apathy in our community and looking for some creative solutions. How can we get people to care more, to change their behavior?
This is our 4th day of apathy performances, and we've seen some awesome work this year. We've been really excited to see some of the ideas that students have come up with. So we hope that our guests are as excited as we are today. So a few just reminders, I guess. We are going to have a split class period this time around. So we will be coming back after lunch for some more performances. Also keep in mind, I know you've probably been through a few of these already. You just need to make sure that you're paying attention to the audience, that you're quiet, that everything's put away, including your devices, including your note cards, or anything like that could possibly distract you from what's going on right up here on the stage.
Yeah, also students, just a reminder that we can see you, which means that the people who are performing can also see you. So your attention by looking at the people who are presenting and not talking, not looking around behind you, but looking up on the stage is going to be expected. Okay, also, we want you to stay in the light. We tried something new today. We put this computer up in front of you. So if you stand here, you'll be able to see your slides and you won't have to turn around. That was some feedback we got from some presenters who said that typically in the real world, you're going to have it out in front of you.
Make sure you are standing close to that table up there. If you're standing back here, you notice you can't really see me as well. So standing in the light, also make sure that you're not behind anybody so you can see your shining face. Just like every group's had, we've got a clicker, we've got one microphone. And this laptop works just like any other old computer, so click away if you need to.
Please, if you have a presentation that has a little white box at the top that says allow full screen or don't allow, click that allow button so it disappears. You also just might want to be conscious of if you're running a video to move your mouse off the side so there's not any arrows smack dab in the middle of your screen.
We are recording this via Google Hangout, and there'll be a YouTube video available to watch later, so we'll be tweeting that out. You can access that on our Moodle pages.
The order for today will be, before lunch here, Mason, Grant, and Jason, followed by Corey, Kajar, and Olivia, and then Will and Jack. After that will be David and Thomas, Winona, and Elizabeth, and Anais, and Vanessa, and Isaac. We will try to finish up those 6 before lunch. I'm not sure if we'll get through all of them or not. If we don't, we'll finish them up after lunch. But you will be eating 7th grade lunch with your peers down in the lunchroom today. Mr. Carr's class is probably going to come in, so if you are presenting, you can just kind of pause and let them find a seat and then keep going. All right, so let's start with Mason, Grant, and Jason.
Hi, my name is Grant. Hi, I'm Jason.
I'm Mason, and our question is on how drivers are uneducated about bike lanes.
Our problem is that people are uneducated about bike lanes and don't really know what to do. So our goal is to get people the proper education that they need. We did a survey and asked 33 people what they thought. 75% said that people weren't educated.
Our solution is we can create several campaigns to educate the drivers about bike lanes in order for bikers to be safe.
Our campaign includes bumper stickers, posters, and a billboard.
One facet of our campaign is a word system. So, like, for example, we could see if drivers are driving safely when they enter into the water, and also they can be taught in driver's ed.
In conclusion, people should be taught about bike helmets. Thank you for coming.
Thanks, gentlemen, for starting us out today. I'm curious where this might be a problem in Ghana specifically, driving around. Where do you see bike lanes as a big issue?
Right next to Snuffy's, that area.
How am I as a driver supposed to respond when I see a bike in the bike lane? What are the rules?
So I guess maybe a conscious one, I guess,
To be conscious.
and going, I guess.
So who is your target audience?
Yeah, mostly drivers.
Drivers. Okay. Thanks. Have a seat. Corey, Madonna, and Olivia. Hello, everybody. Welcome to our Apathy Presentation on Bike Safety and Precautions. My name is Joy. My name is Olivia. And my name is Dara. Bike safety is a serious problem in the U.S. In fact, each year, an estimated 67,000 bike riders visit the emergency room with a bike accident. Between 50 and 80% of all bike injuries could be avoided if bikers wore helmets. According to the National Survey of Bicyclist and Pedestrian Attitudes and Behavior, only 50% of cyclists wear their helmets occasionally, and only 35% wear their helmets at all times, which means that the 15% of bicyclists that don't wear helmets are 14 times more likely to get injured. Even people who don't bike are affected by the high cost of bicycle injuries and deaths, reaching a staggering $4 billion each year. You may believe that this is a minor problem, but the amount of bike deaths each year but the truth is, every 6 hours a bike rider is killed. The most common reasons for a bike tragedy are getting hit by a car or falling off a bike. We decided to survey people to see how big of a problem this was. The results were surprising. Our first question was, have you seen bike riders not obeying the rules set for themselves on the road? 90% of the people we surveyed stated that bicyclists do not obey rules set for them. That means 9 out of 10 bicyclists are at risk, while only 1 out of 10 are safe on the bike. Have you ever had those times when someone was biking at night and it was really hard to see? Well, we surveyed people by asking them if they have ever seen bike riders out at night not wearing the right protective gear. 81% of the people said they've seen bike riders out at night not wearing the right protective gear. 19% said they've stated that they've seen bike riders out at night wearing the right protective gear and not sure if bike riders wear protective gear in their neighborhood. Our next question was similar, but had different results. We asked people if they had seen bicyclists using hand signals. 81% of the people stated that they see bicyclists use hand signals. 11% of the people surveyed said they don't see bicyclists using hand signals. And the last 7% weren't sure if they see bicyclists using hand signals.
We probably already know this answer, but we still asked it anyway. Question was, have you ever been in a bike injury or know someone that has?
About 86% of the people responded back saying that they or someone they know have gotten injured while riding their bike. About 14 responded back saying that they have never gotten injured while riding their bike or are not sure. One person responded back telling a story about her daughter getting injured, which says, yes, my daughter was in a bike accident and did have the helmet on. On the way home, before she went down a steep hill, she decided that she better put the helmet on. Unfortunately, she did, because she went down the hill and lost control of the bike and fell. The helmet had a dent in it. She was taken to the emergency room, and fortunately, she had no serious injury. She was very glad that she had come home. From our research, we learned that a lot of bicyclists don't wear helmets. We wanted to know how much people wore their helmets, and if they didn't wear it at all. We asked on a scale from 1 to 10, how often do you wear your helmet?
We got a wide range of results, but the average of what surveyors said is 7. This means only 70% of people wear bike helmets.
Helmets have saved many people from serious injury, like the story, yet we still wonder why people don't wear helmets. The most interesting responses were, I would ride my bike so often that was just on my street, so I never felt a threat or need to wear one. And my mom didn't wear one, and I wanted to be like her. Other responses just said bike helmets were uncomfortable and made you look dirty.
We wanted to narrow down the specific people who oftentimes don't wear helmets. So we asked people which age group do you see often not wearing a helmet.
We got a wide range of results, but many people who took our survey either said adults, because they didn't grow up with helmets, and believed that they're simply too old and experienced to wear helmets. And teens, because they don't like to be seen in helmets or they think they're uncomfortable. Another one of our questions were on a scale from 1 to 10. 10 being that you see bike riders wearing helmets at all times. How often do you see bike riders wearing helmets?
We received responses from all ranges for this question, but the average results were 7. This means only 30% of bike riders in Medina don't wear bike helmets when they're biking.
The last question that we asked people was if they ever gotten influenced by the media to not follow bike safety rules, because the media plays a big role in our lives and can sometimes persuade us in many ways. Nearly 65% of the people said they were not influenced by the media, while the rest said that they are influenced or are not sure.
The practice of not obeying the safety rules of bike everyone in the city, from drivers to pedestrians, reflects poorly on the cyclists who follow bike safety rules.
Many cyclists get into bike accidents and don't have insurance. The tax rate is higher. Also, accidents create more traffic, making it harder to go places.
Lastly, it can influence kids to make them believe negative things about helmets and following bike safety rules.
Our solution to apathy for bike safety in Medina is to first inform kids about bike safety by making up biking unit and telling kids procedures to stay safe on the road. We also believe more signs should be put up on roads for cyclists to know precautions to take and locations of bike lanes. Another idea is helmets should have reflecting strips put on them if they don't already. A lot of kids said helmets look and feel uncomfortable. So we thought to make helmets and protective gear in neon tints to allow drivers to see cyclists at night and look appealing to kids. We also decided that helmets should be made with more cushion and soft inner padding so it would feel comfortable.
One last idea is that there should be more biking classes throughout community ed and bike stores. They would teach people about how to be safe while riding a bike on the road using their protective gear.
Our first campaign idea was to create posters that had a crushed pumpkin on the road that resembled the head of a bicyclist that didn't wear a helmet. This idea will show bicyclists that wearing a helmet while riding a bike matters, because if they don't and they're unlucky, that could be their head. Our second idea was to create catchy phrases to stick in bicyclists' minds, such as clicker or ticket, except with bike safety. Some phrases we thought of were wear your gear and make sure it's clear, and check it before you leave it.
I believe that our campaign will get people to realize that apathy for bike safety is a problem in Edina. It will possibly change their biking habits and show them how much bike safety matters and changes their lives. In fact, one of our surveyors stated that they would start following bike safety procedures after they realized how big of a problem it is. We believe that educating people will make a difference and will promote more people to follow bike safety and precautions. Well, that summarizes our presentation. Thank you for coming, and hopefully this will make a big difference in our bike safety.
Thank you, ladies. That was very well done. I'm curious, do you know Mr. Banco? Okay, so if you haven't talked to Mr. Banco, I highly encourage you to get in touch and share your presentation with him. I loved your idea about the bike unit and kind of just talking about safety. And in the summer, Mr. Banco was in charge of the Southview biking club, him and Mrs. Boulding. And they actually have a whole bunch of bikes, and they take students out in the summer. Students who don't normally bike or just want to, they love to bike. So good opportunity to tap into that resource right here at school.
I'm just curious, what presentation tool you used here and why you decided to go with that one?
We use slides because we wanted to be original and do something different than other people.
Yeah, it's very visually. Thank you, ladies.
Hi, I'm Will.
And I'm Jack.
Practice on track and how is it to be prepared to show you? Some downside of packaging and travel time and food consumption.
So we did a survey, and out of the 58 people that answered, 48 people said yes, that it is a problem. We also added a question that said if they had any solutions that they could say, and the most two popular solutions were admins and use public transportation.
So I made include some merchandise, which was a mug and the napkin case, as well as a Twitter account and an Instagram account. Our hypothesis is that if more people use public transportation, there will be fewer traffic jams. And so ways to make it better would be to put Wi-Fi on it and power outlets and plug stuff in.
Although we thought that a good solution to traffic was to use public transportation, the people in the survey suggested adding more lanes. So we contacted Mr. Miller, the head engineer of the dino, and he said that to build 1 mile of lane it costs $95, and that's not money. It would take a lot of time. Did you go on to the presentation?
Thanks, guys. I actually sit on 62 every day. How much did you, I didn't hear exactly what you said. How much would it cost to add 1 mile?
It
costs $1 million per mile.
Okay, for the I love your incentives for the public transportation to add the Wi-Fi and the power outlets. I think that's a great incentive. I'm wondering how you use social media to promote your campaign.
We'd like just to spread the message that traffic is bad, and there are other ways to avoid it.
So awareness of the problem. Thank you very much.
Hi, my name is David, and we're going to talk about disruptive behavior in the classroom.
Our hypothesis is that we noticed that the bad behavior is very bad, and we'd like to change that so we can accept you for the better.
Here we got some pictures of how people throw the food or leave them and don't pick them up, and they don't pick up the trash. Here we have a chart, and we did a survey, asked people what they think, and 86% of the people said we need to improve our noise level in the lunchroom and how we act in the lunchroom. Just another picture.
Our campaign for making the lunchroom better is maybe that we could is that our solution is that we could make it like the game that whoever is the most quiet people and picks up the trash and gets free lunch for the whole day.
Thank you for your time and listening.
Could you go back to the slide that had examples of disruptive behavior, please? Can you take us through some of the examples that you came up with of how students can be disruptive?
We came up with like students not thinking about themselves. The students really raise their voice a lot, and teachers like have to tell the students to be quiet, and students moving up to other tables too many times, and some of them even talk back to the teachers.
So if you could change student behavior in the lunchroom, how is that going to make the culture or the atmosphere at Southview better?
Like by changing it for the better, that we could
making Lawson kind of a better place, and plus like free lunch for like a whole day, that would like motivate the students here to change their behavior for the better, so then, we won't have, so the janitors, they won't have to make, clean as much as they have to for the mess.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Our apathy project is vandalism in South County High School. My name is Elizabeth Meyer. My name is Anna Eastens. I'm one of the housekeepers. Vandalism is everywhere, on walls, on desks, on chairs, and we don't think people see it as a problem, but it is, and we'll tell you why in these slides. 91% of kids in South County have seen vandalism. We want this to decrease by 25% in the next 2 years. Yeah, we asked people if they think vandalism is a problem. 90% of people said yes, and it will, and I'll tell you why. Our school is old. In fact, it's so old that we had to have a staff stay by the heater just to make sure it doesn't turn off. So we need to remodel. But if people see the vandalism on our walls, they'll think, why remodel the school if people don't expect it? Vandalism is everywhere, but people don't notice it as a problem. You see it in bathrooms, lockers, desks, and rooms. People put inappropriate drawings, names, and more. Our idea for a solution is to give a bigger consequence. The student will have to stay after school to clean up their mess. And if the same kids keep vandalizing, we will have to control with an adult. Or if it's really bad, then an in-school suspension. As a part of our campaign, we made t-shirts, magnets, and mouse pads. This will help because it will spread the message that vandalism is not good for our school. We're also thinking of using social media like Instagram, Twitter to get the word out. Our Instagram name will be Say No to Vandalism. And also there are a bunch of those logos, and also coming up with an advisory group that goes around clean up the school. We predict that with our advisory group in our merchandise, it will decrease the percentage of vandalism in our school, which will lead to a better environment. 2 out of 5 kids in South County Middle School have vandalized in some way. We want to bring it down to 1 out of 5. Vandalism in South County needs to end now. We hope you follow this message of no vandalism in South County. Thank you for watching and have a good day.
Thank you, girls. I really appreciate the number of authentic images that you included in your presentation. In your research, did you find that there was a certain area of the school or certain grade level that has more vandalism than others?
It was mainly on the 2nd floor, in like the music suite and in the hallways on the.
Okay. Did you find that so that couldn't really be a certain grade level? That's kind of a common area for everyone. Yeah. Okay. Thanks. One more question. With the advisory group, do you think that they would get tired of cleaning up other people's messes after a while?
Maybe, but if people get tired of it, then we might be able to like go to different advisory groups. So each area doing it.
Also, instead of one specific group, like every advisory would take responsibility at some time. That's an interesting idea. All right, thank you, ladies. Please close your presentation. All right, we've got a few minutes before lunch. So let's see, we have one more group scheduled. Vanessa and Isaac, I am wondering, do you have a stakeholder here or here to ask to All right, well then, let's go. Go ahead, we will do your presentation and then we'll head to.
Hello, I am Isaac Stoltz, and this is my partner, Vanessa Rouge. Welcome to our presentation on littering on Southview grounds.
Around the school, we have been finding trash everywhere outside around the school. We found that 100% of the people we surveyed had seen someone there, and 2% of people had admitted to sometimes littering. This leads us to believe that people have been outside.
Around the school, we've been finding trash everywhere, outside and around the doors, and people just seem apathetic about putting their trash in the trash cans. The people seem to think that someone will just go outside and pick it up for them, but they need to pick it up themselves because they're lazy.
Some of the reasons people litter to the general apathy towards putting trash in the trash can, as well as thinking that someone will pick it up.
Some ways people help is maybe putting trash cans outside on the side of the building and just out on the courtyards. And thank you for watching our presentation on trash outside.
You mentioned adding some trash cans outside, which I think is a great idea. How else can you reach students to change their behavior? What else could you do?
Maybe put a note out,
Like maybe put basketball hoops on the trash cans to make it seem like fun and interesting to throw away trash, and also, like what you said, add prizes for throwing away trash.
And one more question. How would this impact our community at Southview if we had less trash floating around outside?
Well, if we had less trash, it would help the environment because there would be less trash, and like the animals wouldn't eat the trash and get poisoned and die. And also, it would make it a better learning environment for the students of Southview.
Fantastic, thank you. You want to leave that there? Ladies and gentlemen, we're headed to lunch. If you have a stakeholder attorney to say hi and thank them for coming. We'll be back shortly after 11:35.
I gotta turn this stream on. Yeah, very excited about that. Thanks for coming, Adam.
Yeah, absolutely. That's real.
Yeah, I wonder if I can pause this.